If you're going into a job interview and they're going to test you in Excel, they're going to test you on index match to see how well you can search through large sets of data. So I'm going to show you a few easy ways that you can remember how to use these functions so you can ace your test. Let's go. So when I think of an index function, I think of an index card just like this. And the way an index function works is that you tell it exactly where to go and it fetches you that exact piece of information. So the way that I remember how to put together an index function is I think of the entire index card as my range. Then I know rows comes first because most index cards have rows on them, and then columns comes last. So the way you put together an index function is with those three things. So let's dive into this example. Okay, so here we have our question, and it says use index match to find the email of the person below. And the person is Jose Gabriel. So first we're going to walk through index. So let's type through equals index, open parentheses. Now let's remember our index card. So the first part of our index function is the range. So we're going to select our entire table, then press comma. Then the next part is our rows. Count which row Jose Gabriel is in. So it's row number 1, row number 2, row number 3. He's in row number 3. So we're going to type a 3. Then we're looking for his email. So that's going to be the column. This is column 1. This is column 2. So email is in column 2. Close parentheses. And that's your index function. This was pretty straightforward because we could easily count the row that Jose Gabriel was in. But when you're dealing with larger sets of data like this, then it becomes a little more complicated. And that's where the match function comes in. So now let's review match. So the way that match works is that we tell it what we're looking for and it fetches us the row or column number of that data. And the way that I like to remember it is main and target check. So we're going to start with equals match, open parentheses. Then what's the main thing we're looking for? We're looking for Jose Gabriel. So we're going to click on Jose Gabriel. And then the target, where would I find that information? This is going to be the target column. So I'm going to highlight the entire column here, comma. And then last is our check. And we want an exact match because we want it to tell us the exact row that Jose Gabriel is in. So we're going to type a 0, close parentheses. This is going to tell us which row Jose Gabriel is in. Now let's see how both of these functions work when they're put together. Let's start with index. And again, let's think about our index card. We're going to think about our whole entire range, comma. Then here our row number. Pretend like as if we didn't do our match example right now. We don't know which row number he's in. I'm going to put a 0 there just as a placeholder. Okay, I'm going to come back to this part because I think this is the part that trips a lot of people up. Then what am I looking for? I'm looking for the email, his email. So I know email is going to be in column 1, 2. So I'm going to put a 2. I'm going to close my parentheses. So I built out my index function now. So now with the 0, I'm going to replace the 0, delete that, and here I'm going to type in my match function. Okay, so just as we just reviewed, match, main, what am I looking for? I'm looking for Jose Gabriel, comma, where would I find them? Target, right here in this column, comma, and I want the exact match back. So I'm going to type a 0, close that parentheses. So now I have my match function built in there. Now I can press enter, and there's our answer. Follow me for more Excel tips.